Hello, I am Anup Madhavan, the founder of Survival Instincts.
Since 2012, our mission is to train disaster response teams in India. As a provider of American Red Cross programs, we run many trainings for the Indian Red Cross Society at national, state, and district levels. We also do many trainings for the National Disaster Response Force, the State Disaster Response Force, Fire and Rescue, Department of Agriculture, the Industrial Safety and Health Department, the Women's Commission, Human Rights Commission, Rural Development, Department of Revenue, and Home Department. We also undertake the training at many premier institutions, including NIFT, Anna University, IIT Madras, and National Cadet Corps. The international agencies we train include the Russian Consulate, the British Council, the World Bank, the UN agencies such as UNICEF, the British Deputy High Commission, and the US Consulate. The most important tenet of our training is intra-agency coordination, where we conduct joint operations between the state police, central paramilitary forces such as Coast Guard, CISF, CRPF, and military agencies such as Army, Navy, and Air Force. We also conduct a wide range of search and rescue, counterterrorism, unarmed combat, and armed combat training programs for commando agencies both in the state government and the central forces, including the National Security Guards or the Black Hat Commandos. With this background of working on search and rescue missions with fire departments, police, disaster response agencies, paramilitary, military, and special forces, Survival Instincts is developing a civilian crisis response volunteer force in India, or the CRV. This presentation is to seek your attention to our CRV program and to request you to support the program both logistically and financially. In this presentation, we'll be addressing what the CRV program is about, why it is needed, as a stakeholder, how you can contribute towards the CRV program, and also what are the next steps you can do to uh, become a partner with us on this program. We'll also showcase some of the infrastructure that we have and also some of the experience we have had training in the Indian agencies on disaster response. So, what is CRV? Crisis Response Volunteer, or CRV, is a program aimed at creating an effort to organize civilian volunteers across the country into a unified response force that is trained in survival skills and rescue skills so they can help their neighbors in the aftermath of large disasters when governments usually are ineffective or maybe even paralyzed. Survival Instincts is a non-profit trust. The deed of trust is registered in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, and we are the authorized providers of American Red Cross programs in India. We have been in operations since 2012 and we have trained many corporates, state government agencies, state police forces, rescue forces, state commandos, central and paramilitary forces such as CISF, Coast Guard. We have worked with all the three branches of the Indian military, which includes Army, Navy, and the Air Force. And also, we have provided a lot of training to the special forces, such as commando groups like the NSG, National Security Guards, the Black Hat Commandos, and so on. The concept of CRV originated in the USA. In the United States, there's a program called CERT, Community Emergency Response Teams. The objective of this program is to have rescue volunteers in communities. The communities can be large or small. It can be a school, college, neighborhood, a flat, a high rise building, a church, a hospital, a temple, an office. The CERT program in the United States is funded by the United States federal government through the Federal Emergency Management Agency, or the FEMA. When did we come up with the program, or the CRV program? We proposed this idea to the Tamil Nadu government in April 2015. And Dr. Sridhar, who was the chief disaster commissioner of the state government, he approved and provided a letter of support for the program in June 2015. But most of the program's funds are used in rural development programs, and for this purpose, we did many programs with the rural development department, the education department, the revenue department, the home department, and so on. But it's only in the aftermath of the Chennai floods we recognize the need for an urban force. Unfortunately, government funding is limited for programs in urban areas. So that is why we are looking at the private sector support for the program. In terms of expertise, we bring in a wide variety of expertise, both international and domestic, military and civilian, and we have a lot of expertise both in operations and in training. As the founder and managing trustee of Survival Instincts Trust in India, my qualifications are the following, mostly in the field of safety, search and rescue, and life support. My team also has expertise working with US government's FEMA programs for disaster relief support systems as a contractor for the United States Army Corps of Engineers. We have field operations experience in 18 disasters that were federally declared, from hurricanes to cyclonic storms to ice storms and blizzards to floods and tornadoes. Between 2007 and 2012, we have operated extensively on the field, working as disaster response agencies. My personal expertise is in high risk, complex, multidisciplinary search and rescue missions in hostile environments. My experience is not merely operational. I have a lot of experience in logistics, that's particularly disaster logistics, interagency coordination, particularly between defense forces, paramilitary forces, and Red Cross, simulations, conducting simulations, and doing training. In 2014, we held the biggest tsunami response drill in the eastern seaboard of India, along with the Indian Navy, Indian Coast Guard, the Tamil Nadu Marine Police, and the Chennai City Police on the Marina Beach in Chennai.